5 years ago, an idea was born. To create one club, behind one crest, under one republic. An indomitable movement galvanized the city of Sacramento. Our community united by the world's game. A battalion personified our passion. Improbable victories proved we belong. And a miracle gave rise to a championship. One idea, 5 years of glory. And our republic is just getting started.
It's the third and final meeting between these two Western Conference foes. Sacramento looks for a clean sweep tonight in California's capital. Good evening and welcome inside Papa Murphy's Park. Tonight's match brought to you by UC Davis Health. Alongside, as always, Kevin Goldthwait, and I'm Rob McAllister. The Sounders, too, taking their first road victory of the season. The task will not be an easy one for the visiting Size Republic, are not only one of the top 4 clubs in the West, but have taken both matches this year against Seattle, Kevin.
Sacramento has taken both matches and looked pretty dominating in both fixtures. You have to think Sacramento's in a pretty good position tonight with Seattle still dwelling in the basement of the Western Conference. However, coming off an off week, playing at Papa Murphy's Park tonight, visitors typically play a little better, a little sharper. Sacramento's going to need to come out tonight, execute its game plan in order to get all 3 points.
And they got a couple of big names in the lineup as well. Seattle, Sacramento will have your lineups coming up. Republic look to make it 3-0 on the year.
Remarks or gestures. Going on.
Everyone knows there's a science to listening to someone who can't even speak. Yet. At UC Davis Health, we understand this. That's why we make it a point to look closer.
Hello, guy.
To find out more. We want to partner with you in your care. Learn more at choosehealth.ucdavis.edu.
When you set out to find new roads, you can't do it alone. You need a partner on the journey, one you can count on. More and more people are finding themselves in a Chevrolet for the first time. Trying something new can be exciting, empowering, downright exhilarating. See for yourself why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall.
See your Greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bake an XL NY pizza topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
Hey, it's Vince Bloom inviting you to the block party at the Lasher Used Car Supercenter. It's the Auto Mall inside the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Starting at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge and going all the way around the block to Lasher's Oak Grove Volkswagen, we've got over 250 vehicles on the chopping block. Come on, block off some time and go to LasherAuto.com and search for cars as low as $77.77. The right car, right now. And save during the block party at the Lasher's Used Car Supercenter. Over 3,000 new and used cars are available at LasherAuto.com. The Used Car Auto Mall inside the Elk Grove Auto Mall.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park, Seattle, Sacramento tonight. We are in September. The stretch run is underway. Let's take a look at our Consolidated Communications matchup of the night. We begin with Cameron Owasu, has 12 goals on the year, one more for Cam, and he will take the all-time lead in a single-season record here for the Republic.
Yeah, Cam, vital for Sacramento's success. I feel like whenever he scores, Sacramento typically gets 3 points, so it's going to be real important for him to come out firing here tonight and get some chances early.
And let's look on the other side. David Estrada, former Sacramento Republic standout, is coming with a reserve type role, but he's got some serious minutes as of late. Let's take a look at our US Bank starting 11. And that formation for the second consecutive time, a 3-4-3 for Simon Elliott.
Yeah, probably more eventually going to be a 3-5-2, but the way it's looking right now is I think it really suits Sacramento's play. Keep an eye on those guys, Mitchell Tainer and Emily Clementa. I think they're going to be vital tonight.
And let's take a look now for Seattle as we begin with a couple of familiar names. Nuhu, the 21-year-old from Cameroon. He is in that left back position. He has had some time with the MLS side this year, competing for a role. He's getting some minutes as Seattle has a week off.
Yeah, another guy, Rodrigue LA, the center back, number 92. Very, very physical, strong center back. And I think a guy that Cam Iwasa is going to be battling with all night tonight.
And so we'll see whether or not this Republic team can take on yet another young team. Last time we saw this was Los Angeles, came in here with a bunch of young players and really put the hurt on the Republic. A 4-1 victory. The Republic hoping that is not the case here tonight. Celebrating 5 years of glory, the Republic in their alternative black kits. It is Seattle in the Rave Green. Rave Green going to be heading to the north end of the field toward the Tower Bridge Battalion. Republic will be heading to the south end. Our referee tonight is Thomas Snyder. He's joined by Eduardo Jeff, Andrew Hanks, Nicholas Marin. Sacramento, Seattle, here we go. The third and final contest between these two sides this season. Emma Clementa setting up quickly. Nuhu will let it out of play. Kevin, let's get your Chevy keys to the match.
Keys to the match here tonight. We got a week off last weekend. You've got to start well. I want everyone in Sacramento, I think it should be a very conscious thought for your first 5 minutes, your first touch, your first tackle to be done very, very well and efficiently. Secondly, this back three, it's a new system, a new formation for Sacramento that we haven't seen in the, pretty much Sacramento's existence. Most of these players have probably played in that formation at some point in time, but got to come out and execute tonight with that back three system. And finally, play your game. Go out here against a team like Seattle's in the bottom of that Western Conference. Go out, play your game, be confident that if you do so, you're going to get the result here tonight.
Sacramento beat Reno 2-1 with this very same 11 2 weeks ago in Nevada. Simon Elliott looking to do that here again against the Seattle side. They have taken 2 from this season, a 1-0 victory and then a 2-1 win up in Tacoma is where the Sounders 2 now play. So Sacramento looking for that sweep here this evening. A gorgeous night in Sacramento, a slight breeze, but other than that, we are in the mid-80s to kick this things off. Fall is just around the corner, Kevin. This is time for a stretch run. Republic with 7 games, including this one here tonight. They'll need 14 points of these last 7 games to clinch a playoff spot. What have you seen from this Republic team in the last, let's say, end of August time frame that you've really liked?
Yeah, a couple stumbles here in the last few weeks, in my opinion, I think, for Sacramento, where they left points out on the table. But really now, with these 7 games, this is the stretch, in my opinion. When you have that 5 to 7 game run before your playoffs, this is where you really set the tempo, you set your energy, you set everything up for the playoff run. And so Sacramento, they've got to come out in these next couple of weeks and play well and dominate and play the game that we know that they can play.
Looking for a quick hitters. Seattle looking to play up over the top. Ocampo Chavez gets in behind Tainter. And it's interesting on that play, if you look back, you had Elliott Horde and Emmer Clementa switching spots along that right side. So you see 2 right backs traditionally is where they play, and they're a little interchangeable with that back 3.
Yeah, absolutely. There's interchangeable. See, the ball probably didn't go out of the box there, but they're interchangeable, which is really effective and nice. Gives some flexibility on this right side in case Emmer does like to bomb forward. Elliott Horde should be smart enough to know, or have Jeremy Hall give him a shout, let him know you got to pull back, pinch in, and cover.
Ocampo Chavez and Estrada applying a little bit of pressure up top. Going to be trouble if Sacramento not able to control and keep possession of the ball, looking to go over the top. Mitchell Tainer has to make an athletic move just to keep possession, somehow able to get it forward and takes a shot to that upper thigh. He goes down, the whistle will blow from Thomas Snyder.
That's one of those, man. You give the ball away, you know you're going to be the first one to win the ball back, and that's exactly what Mitchell Tainer did right there. A little bit worse for the wear from that. Goes in with like a high knee and probably catches some sort of Charlie horse dead leg.
It's David Olsen who went in.
Yeah, Olsen just going up to have a strike. Well, Mitchell Tainer was being brave and goes through the tackle, wins the ball. Good for Sacramento.
Well, with that, let's take a look at our UC Davis Health injury report. Follow UC Davis Health for the latest news, events, photos, health tips, and more at Twitter and Instagram at UC Davis Health. And Jaime Villarreal, with that surgery, the right foot, he is now out for the season. Right leg, Rafa Diaz, he's coming back. He should be here couple of weeks. Also, Carlos Rodriguez, who's been out for several months now, he's looking to return. So Sacramento getting healthy at the right time, as this is a club that had really been banged up. Key players being sent off. You had your Emra Clementes out. You had Kevin Aliman out. Cole Seiler was out for a little bit. So all these guys trying to work their way back. Big loss, though. Jaime Villarreal gone for the year.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's a big, big loss. I think Jaime didn't have the best start of the season, but really came in and just built upon every week and got better and better and better and better. Going to be a big loss for Sacramento heading into the playoffs. So I think he was just a very, very good holding midfielder. Was distributing the ball really nicely, breaking up plays nicely, doing exactly what you need that holding midfielder to do. A good thing for Sacramento. I think there's some depth in that position.
You're right.
The likes of Jeremy Hall.
Slow start to the year. Those first 5 matches, everything, we were a little concerned about whether Jaime Villarreal fit in this club, and he really turned it on. As that one's out of play, it'll be a corner kick, the first of the night for the Sacramento Republic. Vian Bajev along that left side, his favorite angle really to work from, whether it be earning those corner kicks or trying to angle for something near the 6. It's a spot that Vian Bajev will try to take advantage of tonight against a younger Seattle side in that back.
And let's see, I think a very important thing to think about with Vian Bajev going up that left flank, you've got to have runners in the box. We talk about this every week. Cam Owasa's got to be the guy that's breaking to get to that near post or curling in the back post. There's got to be those runs in the box.
Tainter will peel off. They'll do a short corner instead. Ball driven and out of play. Deflected, so Hayden Partain got a touch on it, and now Hayden Partain may take the corner here.
Just overcomplicating things a little bit, in my opinion. Just whip the ball in the box here, Hayden. You serve a good ball with your right foot.
Ball high, good chance for Sacramento, punched away by Callie Brown.
It's a really good ball in the box. No real near post run.
Shannon Gomez going to track back here in the middle of the park, and here's some of the mistakes the Republic get himself their trouble with, and how David Olson moving forward, looking to break here. Is Seattle, lays it up forward. Emra Clementes got to get there and concede a corner kick. Making a pretty good run was Hanuela Boana, the Seattle native, just 18 years of age, and one of these youngsters who has come up through this academy program, a homegrown player, spent the last couple of seasons at the University of Washington. Now he's getting some time here with this Sounders 2 side. Quick short corner, David Estrada, the former Sacramento Republic midfielder. Ball lofted in. Easily played. Cameron Owasso, his first quality touch. Brings it down, and Jordan McCrary, 24-year-old, a little too aggressive there. McCrary up and down. He was a trialist for the Toronto FC 2 side. Originally drafted by New England, has found his way to the Pacific Northwest with Seattle. Seattle coming out very aggressive tonight, and that's something we've seen from opponents. They try to get something early on this Republic side, especially here at home, where the Republic faltered in August, allowing too many early goals. Wilson Nisha worked his way back into that starting 11, and with that new formation, this 3-4-3, it starts to change a little bit in the midfield, but he's got to be happy to see himself in that first 11. The last 2 games now. Scored a goal against Reno in a dazzling strike. That was the game winner, as this one's out of play when will be a goal kick. Somehow Bajev will fight his cause but will not get it. But how about Wilson Nisha? Came up big, got the start, picked up his second goal of the season 2 weeks ago in Reno.
Yeah, came up big, in and out of the lineup. Man, that's tough for a striker, any position for that matter. You're in and out of the lineup, you don't know where you stand with the manager. At the end of the day, it's on your shoulders to go out and perform and make an argument for yourself. And I think Wilson Nisha's done exactly that.
Olsen throwing fits, a beautifully weighted ball. Cohen plays it nicely and comes out, and with the left foot will send it upfield. Sacramento 46 points, 13-7-7. Seattle just 20 points, and they will need to win out for a chance at a final 8. So not likely for a team, but this is a club that is not concerned about making playoffs or championships at this level. They're about developing the younger players. A lot of academy guys get time. Bajev goes down, pops right back up. McCrary able to win it. And back to Rodriguez, LA. John Hutchinson, his second season with S2.
You see him directing right now, right on the spot here, Rob, where he's down there. He's telling his guys, press, press, press. Looks like he's going to have his team put Sacramento's back four under pressure as much as he can.
And I mean, he's been with Seattle, for 2 seasons, spent time with the academy, second year with the club, but just a first as the head coach at the Sounders too, as he took over for Edra Hendricks. A little back heel from Nisha. Cloud loved it for a moment. Callie Brown able to come up with it. Olsen in the middle of the park. Little poke, nice move by Hayden Partain to step. Hayden Partain's gonna go for goal. Good idea trying to catch Callie Brown up. Found target nonetheless, and it's the game's first quality shot. Comes to the 10th minute.
Yeah, I think that's a good decision, really. Good chance for Seattle to break here with Estrada.
Estrada now deep into the 18, back to Nuhu. Tolo, and it's right into the gut of Cohen. Nuhu played that ball, weighted it perfectly, and as Ocampo Chavez, the 16-year-old striker, who got a good look 2 games in a row now, a quality head save coming from Josh Cohen.
That's good movement there by Ocampo Chavez. Is a good look, ball served in the box, nice weight on it. Good job by Shannon Gomez, just doing enough to put him off balance a little bit, but still a good effort there by Seattle.
Great step. Jeremy Hall, that's why he's in there in that center position. That back three can come up and play in the midfield as well. Hayden Partain active in this one. He was out for several weeks because of a knee injury. Easy turnover coming by Seattle, but Sacramento coughs it right back up. Looking to switch the field. Bajev is there. He's got Iwasa in front of him, just a tad behind.
Yeah, the ball probably needs to be a little bit crisper into Cam. Got to zip it into him and let Cam figure it out. But still a tough little situation for Cam nonetheless, where he's just basically on an island with a bumpy ball coming into him. Great step though by Bijev to get that situation.
Tony Alfaro, the 24-year-old, grew up in Santa Barbara. Got some quality time with the first team, but they have him down here tonight. He's been a backup to Chad Marshall for most of the season, the center back position. They're trying to get him more minutes. So they're looking to see what he can do here in 2018. Bawana, another youngster, just 18 years of age for this Sounders 2 side. They have struggled on the road. They have yet to pick up a win. 0, 10, and 2. Nuhu, good looking cross again. You can see the development just from number 5 over the last season. For his time with the first team, he's a little bit quicker, more tactical on the ball. Good sign for, I think, the Sounders and Brian Schmetzer at the top level to see Nuhu and the way he's starting to develop.
That left back position we talk about, Rob, all the time, how difficult it is to find a serviceable left back. You got a guy in Nuhu, relatively young still, plenty of development to be had, and looks good and looks very technical on the ball as well as defensively strong.
Alfaro with the left foot, quick touch, Estrada sprinting, slipping, falling. Back to Nuhu again. Sacramento's going to take advantage of these mistakes, and a big collision coming as Adam Moffitt went in strong, and LA took the blunt of that one.
Moffitt's not one to shy away from a tackle.
Well, Moffitt setting the tone against Reno 2 weeks ago, picked up a yellow card first couple of minutes of the match, but let Reno know it's going to be a physical one.
Bit of a clumsy tackle by Moffitt.
Bawana trying to make a move on Horde. Skirts along the 18, trying to turn the corner. Hits off the referee, Thomas Snyder. Sacramento will come with it. Trying to break free. Trying to get a little more direct ball over the top. You've seen it a couple times already with Sacramento, Kevin. They're not trying to just keep that possession game where we've seen a lot of it, where it's a little bit more methodical. Trying to see a little more direct play from them tonight.
Yeah, I think it's situational too, where you got, right there, it's a good example of them just clearing their lines, trying to move the ball forward. Hopefully you pick the ball up or pick up a second ball so you can clear lines, move things forward in that attacking third.
Nuhu coming up high there. Well, season ticket members renew your 2019 Republic membership now. Continue with exclusive benefits, including the season ticket member scarf, behind the scenes access, Flexibility and member discounts, Sacramento RepublicFC.com. Tonight is the deadline. One thing I wanted to ask you about, Kevin, is we saw 2 weeks ago from Reno, the first time we'd really seen a dramatic change from Simon Elliott, head coach for the Republic, in terms of formation. Really played a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 most of the season, and decided to go 3 in the back. And it resulted in a victory. But what it did do is also bring Jeremy Hall from the midfield and put him in the back alongside Mitchell Taintor and Emra Clemente.
Yeah, I think that decision was really driven by inconsistency with that back four. You had a lot of guys coming in and out of the lineup. You had injuries to worry about, but there was never really a cohesive four that we've seen in the past seasons here with Sacramento. I think that was probably the impetus for the decision to switch to this back three. And the way it's shaped out, I think it really fits the personality of Sacramento's defensive players, with the likes of Mitchell Taintor, with the likes of now having, it's an offside call, and now having Emra Clemente back. So with the way they're playing tonight, you have Emra out on the right, in the middle you have Mitchell Taintor, and on the left you have Shannon Gomez. I even think you probably could bring Jeremy Hall back and play him in that middle holding role, sweeper for lack of a better word, and put Mitchell Taintor out to the left. So you have Mitchell, Emra, anchored with Jeremy. I think you've got a fantastic back three, and that system serves those guys perfectly, where you got Mitchell Taintor great on the ball, good in the air, and is able to get forward a little bit more than he's typically able to. And same thing with Emra Clemente, same sort of attributes and characteristics. I think it leads to a pretty solid, serviceable defensive unit, and also a unit that can play into the midfield and keep the ball well. We don't have Jeremy Hall playing in this back three tonight, which I think is probably situational also because of Villarreal now out. And you need a quality player like Jeremy to sit in that midfield position. But so far, I think it's been...
Opportunity for Sacramento, nearly given up by McCrary.
But so far, I think it's been a blessing in disguise, the way things haven't worked out for that back four. Now we have this back three that, honestly, I think Sacramento looks really good at so far. And hopefully they can continue to get this thing going as playoffs are coming up here pretty soon. And you need to have some consistency going in that.
What also gives opportunity for Shannon Gomez and Elliot Horde to get a little bit higher up the pitch.
Yeah, well, Shannon playing out on the left side. He's not going to have the opportunity with Vian Bijev in front of him, but it's going to give an opportunity for your Elliot Hordes for sure to get up and down that right pitch.
And here's Horde on moment. Here's now Cameron Iwasa back heel, trying to do a little too cute there and finding Moffitt behind. Gomez comes up to it. Republic will retain possession here, and a hard-driven ball deflection. Those are scary balls for a goalkeeper in Kylie Brown, who's allowed almost 2 goals a game this season, and his time with this club, 49 saves, but those type of balls can be dangerous and find the back of the net on an own goal.
I think that ball, once again, needs to be a little bit crisper from Bijev into Cam Iwasa. That ball's bouncing. Hard for Cam to, think and worry about where that ball's going to be bouncing and figure out who he's going to connect with. I'd like to see that thing just zipped into him.
Clemente went up for it, whiffed on it. Clean it up, David Olsen. 21-year-old striker has 1 assist on the year. Another academy product. Has moved back and forth. They love his IQ. I think he's one of the smartest players in that academy program, and he has developed as a nice player for the Sounders 2-time. Good step coming from LA. Throws the attack down just for a moment at least. If you haven't already, we've got a great feature for you coming up at halftime. Going back and looking at the miracle at Bonnie. We're able to have a question and answer session with Rodrigo Lopez, a star of the miracle at Bonnie, where he scored a hat trick. The club was down 2-0. Huge crowd for that out in the market before tonight's match. Good ball here from Clemente, finding Iwasa, stays on his feet, dropped down, not given the call. Crowd a bit upset. Now looking to counter. Here come the Sounders too. Cohen's gonna have to make a play, just skirts into his box in front of Ocampo Chavez.
Yeah, I think that could have been called right there. Good job at Cam Iwasa. Nice little spin using the body weight on Rodrigo LA.
Driven high, looking for Nisha, and he's not able to bring it down. Jordan McCrary on that left side, or that right side, excuse me. going to ground, back to Owasso up top. Awesome. Going angling in, Hayden Partain, a little quick touch, just behind Cam. Trying to see if they can get Cam's 13th goal on the year. For a team that's only scored 33, here's Owasso with a left-footed strike, and there it is! Number 13, he is the all-time single record holder for the Sacramento Republic, and it's a big one for this side. They take the early lead.
Yeah, that's a great Johnny on the spot striker goal right there. Great job by Vian Bijev. It looks like Seattle's getting too cute, playing with the ball a little bit too much in the back, showing their youth, if you will, but a great little step there by Vian Bijev. Just gets his left toe on it, and Cam Owasso on his front studs. Get a look right here, playing a little bit too cute in the back, too much going on, trying to play out of the back, trying to beat Bijev, and a great little finish right there from Cam Owasso. Actually, a wonderful finish by Cam Owasso. And great step by Bijev. There's a great step by Sacramento as a unit. You got a couple guys pressing and making it difficult for Seattle, and they get rewarded for their efforts.
Number 13 for number 31. The 34th goal on the season for the Sacramento Republic. The only thing that concerns me at this point in time, Kevin, is Cameron Owasso now equating for 38% of all goals scored by the Sacramento Republic team. That is the lowest amount of any of the top 8 teams in the Western Conference at 34. And talked to Todd Donovan, I said, "You concerned about the lack of goal scored?" And he said, "Absolutely, because not only have we had good chances, like we have a really good attacking front." And he said, "We need to have them score more, especially in these last 7 matches."
Yeah, I kind of agree with it. You're not hedging yourself very well, but then again, I think a lot of big clubs across the board in the world. Chance here.
Almost an opportunity that LA able to make a move inside.
You know, they lean heavily on their strikers for a lot of goals, as we're doing here in Sacramento this year, but you still need some more production, I think, from some of these other guys, like guy on the ball right now, Wilson Nishaw, as well as Bijev, to start to get a little bit more.
And maybe this opportunity in this new front with Nishaw getting in a roll. He's out wide, but he's able to head toward goal a bit more than he was in that 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1.
But it's almost like, Rob, you know, it's not a problem until Cam stops scoring, and he hasn't done so yet. So we'll goal across that bridge when we get here.
So Republic with the early lead in the 20th minutes. Cameron Owasso, not sure if Bijev will get the assist, but a great outlet pass coming to Gomez here. Gomez cuts it back in. Now it's Owasso, now to Bijev. Here's Adam Moffat. He's not afraid to go for goal. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to keep the attack going. Shannon Gomez tried to send a cross in. It was deflected. Rodrigo L.A. And so a good build-up for Sacramento. The crowd likes it. They'll earn another corner.
It's a good build-up. A lot of quick ball movement. You got a great little breakout. You see Shannon Gomez speed on the left, and then some good combination play with Adam Moffat. Vian Bijev moving the ball quickly and opening it up as you see Shannon Gomez continue that run out the left side. A lot of good things happening in that sequence right there. So that final pass just wasn't there.
Probably could look sharp here in the first 22 minutes. And a foul as the ball was struck.
Play off the ball. It might have been Rodrigo L.A. working on, looks like Emra Clementa, or Mitchell, excuse me. He'll look off the ball right now. Probably some shoving going on. And interesting here, if there's a foul called, just got his hands kind of high. Looks like Rodrigo L gets his hands high into Mitchell Tanner's face. Interesting here to see him just reset this corner kick.
A little hesitation from Partain. They'll reset. Try it again. Republic will make their runs one more time. Chance for Bijev, just a bit high. Couldn't bring it down. Chance to cut it in. Buana lays it forward. Bert Gilroy. He's been quiet tonight. Seattle, though, moving forward. Pretty good run here. Shannon Gomez cut down. Overlapping McCrary.
That's really nice defensive work, too, with Adam Moffat stepping over, sliding over nicely, and covering the right guy. And a great little piece of skill defending by Shannon Gomez again.
Republic had a whole week off in some, so not playing last week. And I'll tell you what, sometimes we've seen the Republic after some time off look a little sloppy. Not the case here tonight.
Not the case whatsoever. They look really sharp and crisp tonight. And I agree with you. We've always got kind of been concerned. You're going to look right here, this tackle. It's a great job by Shannon Gomez. All ball. Gets up, gets his head up. Jordan McCurry's makes a nice little overlapping run. But yeah, they've looked, 24 minutes in right now. I think Sacramento's looked really, really strong, really sharp, not lackadaisical, getting stuck in on tackles.
Partey, nobody there. They'll come back to Moffitt. He's got a little bit of room, heavy of a touch. Nuhu, no foul, no foul. He didn't listen. So going back, the official scorekeeper giving Vian Bajev an assist. So on the year, that's the 4th assist for Bajev. That ties it with Cameron Iwasa for the team lead. Meanwhile, the goal by Iwasa was number 13, which he is now the single season record holder for the Sacramento Republic. And he is in the hunt for that golden boot, which is something the Republic have not had in the last 5 seasons. So it's interesting to see. While they've relied heavily on Cameron Iwasa, it's good to see someone up in that top echelon of goal strikers. Toying with it was Emmer Clemente. Does a nice job to keep it away from Estrada, but not out of the woods quite yet. Jeremy Hall looking a bit spry. Play it up over the top, a little more direct. Here it is. In space for Wilson Nisha. Loves to get out and run. Can he do something with it? Nobody picking up. Nisha had to see a Partey make a run. Callum Brown able to get to it.
That's a decent ball. You still want to see Bajev and Cam Iwasa kind of follow that ball in. Kyle Brown was able to get down and make the save, but decent effort there from Nisha.
How to play a goal kick coming up. Every match better with the group. Get 10 or more friends, family members, or colleagues. Get tickets as low as $12 with exclusive experiences for your next match. SacRepublicFC.com/group tickets. Josh Cohen allowing just over a goal a match this season. He's one of the top goalkeepers in the USL. 90 saves on the season. Has allowed 29 goals in 27 appearances. Does have 8 shutouts. Would love to get his 9th here. He has been as solid as any goalkeeper can be. And not only has he been healthy, they've found no other reason to put in another goalkeeper this year. And that's, I know, Kevin, you've had experience with that, where you have a good goalkeeper behind you. The whole team just seems to be a little bit more connected in shape and rolling on really all cylinders there. And it seems to be a nice opportunity for Simon Elliott to have a steady goalkeeper back there. Iwasa will throw it into the corner. Bajev couldn't get to it.
It's a decent effort there. That's Cam's weaker left foot. And just doesn't catch it as clean as I think he'd want, but still good look, good effort, and a good run by Bajev.
How key has it been for Simon to have a guy like Josh Cohen there every single night?
I think it's incredibly important. I mean, I think Josh, I might be a bit biased, but he should be definitely in the running, in the conversation for goalkeeper of the year. I can't tell you, we've talked about this year many times, how many games, how many points I think you can put specifically on Josh Cohen, either, saving a game, keeping it a draw. And
how about last week holding the win? I think
absolutely vital to have. And I think you also talk about too, what it means for a team in the course of a game. I think it's one of those things it's hard to really kind of calculate, put the data behind it, but it definitely has a back four. I remember as a player, having a goalkeeper back there you can trust allows you to do your job only. And you don't have to worry about the goalkeeper's job, whether he can't distribute out of the back like Josh can do very well, or make a save and cover that near post when he's supposed to. It's a good chance for Sac here to break.
Turnover, knee shot at his feet. It's a little too heavy for Hayden Partey.
That ball from Nisha slows everything down, allows Seattle to get another guy back. And that little thing right there just needs to be a little bit crisper in my mind. But yes, I think the point that you made, Rob, is true. It's when you have a goalkeeper that you can trust back there. I think it just frees players up a little bit, specifically your back four and your holding midfielder.
Last touch by Bajev will be a throw for Seattle. Seattle with a big comeback against Tulsa earlier in the week. They rallied down 4-1 and equalized in stoppage time. It was Shannon Hopiau from Nick Hines. After 4 minutes into stoppage time, Estrada scored in that one. Henry Wingo, Lamar Nagel all getting goals. Estrada with his 10th goal on the season for a team, and a guy who was supposed to come off the bench, and there is a foul. It's going to be on Tony Alfaro, and then likely a booking as well as the game's first, and the crowd loves it.
It's a great job by Cam Iwasa. Great hold-up play right there. You know, one of those things that's not going to go in the scorekeeper's book today, but great job. Makes himself, uses his body nicely, gets in between the ball and Tony Alfaro, and forces Alfaro. Look at this. Look at Cam, what he's doing here. He sees what he's doing, uses his strength right there, forces Tony Alfaro to overcommit, and ultimately pull Cam down, drawing himself a caution, also putting themselves, Sacramento in a good position free kick wise. Got to clear the wall and clear that first line over the 18 with this.
Partain lofts it back post, looking for Bajev, bouncing around the 6. Hits the side netting. Bajev screaming. It's the second time tonight. He's been a bit frustrated with Thomas Snyder not giving him the call as he's last touched by Seattle. Either way, it's going to be a goal kick for Callie Brown here.
That's unlucky, unfortunate for Bajev. I think he does a great job. Finds himself a good spot. And see clearly deflection there from Rodriguez. He even knows it. LA knows it.
Moffitt, look at him get a break going. Ooh, and a big collision as Moffitt tumbles down, and the challenge comes in hard. Tony Alfaro, he got caught up on the ball there. That looked a lot worse than it was.
He's done. Look at that. He's done.
I don't know if he... Take a look at what happened here to the 31-year-old Moffitt. Just, I don't know if he got caught on his wrist.
It's like his ankle, maybe?
Ooh, that right ankle. Talk to the train staff here, but nerve-wracking moments nonetheless as Alfaro went in. And so it's going to be the question is, if there's a substitution going to be made.
It's like it's his knee. You know, anytime you go in for those 50-50 balls like that, you start to think about MCL injuries. You guys got going in with their foot open with the inside of the foot to make the tackle. And when that force is made, it's like they're calling for the stretcher here. This is not a good look for Adam Moffitt right now, but I think he's looking at that right knee. But that MCL is a pretty common injury when you go in for those sort of tackles. It's also a good example of if you're not going to go in fully committed for these things, bail out. Don't go 50% on these tackles, because if you do, typically the person that's going to go in less committed is the one that's going to come off on a stretcher, which is happening here tonight.
Yeah, and he's holding his right knee, so that is a bad sign for Republic fans. The inside is where he's rubbing, and it feels like something's not right. And a guy, you know, you hate to look out and say what's wrong or not, because, you know, we've done it a couple times here tonight where you've had a foul committed, where Justin Schmidt went a couple of weeks ago, and it looked like he just maybe got a little stinger, and they ended up having him in the hospital checking out his foot. They may have thought it was going to be a lot worse. You have a player like Jaime Villarreal, big swing, didn't look all that bad, and ends up breaking his foot there, and he's out for the entire season. So you just only hope this is not as bad as it looks right now, as Adam Moffitt, 31 years of age, is being stretchered off here. And what is concerning, not only for his health long term, is that the team was playing really well right now, and he was getting some time finally back in the starting 11.
Yeah, not good timing for a guy like Adam. And hopefully it's nothing major at this point.
So to replace him will be Christian Isley. And interesting to see whether or not Simon Elliott will change this formation a little bit, maybe move Bajev back and put Isley up top there.
Yeah, going to be an interesting substitution here. Probably some shifting going along. It's not like for like at all.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen is Isley will move up, and Bajev will probably move back, as Bajev, a versatile player. He's played in that 10 type of role with various clubs in his career. Also was a striker up top. Here, in the first time in his career, Simon Elliott's put him out in the wing, and he's had some pretty good success with it. Probably got to bounce back from this. Campo Chavez gets to it. Good battle here. Winning the ball is Bajev. Bajev slicing through. Gets past Olsen. Going to switch the field. Allowing to drop down. Getting a good chance at it is Isley. His first touch of the match. He's into the 18. Maybe working for a corner here is LA. And the two colliding along the touchline. A goal kick coming for Seattle.
It looks like they're probably bringing Cam Iwasa, dropping him beneath. Kind of like that withdrawn number 9, and you got Bajev playing the point with Isley out left and Nisha out right.
And a challenge coming in is Iwasa, and Alfaro goes over the top. Well, we'll let you know if we have any update on Adam Moffat, but he was just taken off moments ago. Apparent knee injury to his right knee after he went in hard with Tony Alfaro and just popped up over the ball. He was taken off. Christian Isley was brought in. Aiden Partang to put it up over the top, looking for Nisha. Nisha just in the way along the right side with the referees here. Burke Gilroy. Decent through ball, trying to find Nuho, can't keep it in play. We'll send it out. Josh Cohen, the goal kick here. Republic have dominated this series 8-1-1. The only loss coming to the very first match between these two sides. That was in 2015. 4-2 defeat, and that was a Rodrigo Lopez, Justin Braun-led team that did not start the season well, to say the least, in 2015.
Studs up. Yeah, Anthony Burke Gilroy coming studs up.
Sam Elliott not too happy about it either.
Another look here at Adam. So again, maybe an air cast out for him.
They are.
Go take some pictures later tonight.
Preliminary saying it is a knee injury, but probably won't know anything before this match is over. Iwasa just trying to find some room. Bawada. So despite the health, what does the loss of Moffat here on the field tonight mean in terms of how this team was gelling? Connection looked pretty good here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, tonight, I think, like you said, definitely the guys came out, looked sharp, looked crisp, connected well. Hopefully, just, you know, bring Isley in. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Isley being a player playing up front, he's not going to connect with a ton of people throughout the course of the game. So I don't think it should mess with the rhythm too much.
Olsen will volley it, look to switch the field. Gomez try to get there. McCrary out of play, throw for the Republic. Bajev feeling the pressure. We'll look back to Cohen, and here comes pressure coming from Campo Chavez.
A few times tonight, just looked a little bit too casual, Cohen.
Wasa's done a nice job shielding, earning possession, earned a foul earlier. Too many Rave Green jerseys in the area. Somehow Republic able to keep it. Laying it forward for Shannon Gomez. Gomez against McCrary. Back to Partain. Here's Hall again. Iwasa. Iwasa's going to give it a ride. Too soft, not much on it. Easy play for Kylie Brown.
Yeah, catches it a little fat, if you will.
Iwasa with the game's first goal in the 20th minute. Assist by Vian Bajev. Mistake by Seattle. The Republic made him pay, and that's been the difference here tonight. And again, Seattle, 10 losses, 2 draws on the year on the road, and that is it. Looking for their very first win. Republic have looked like the better team. No real threat. One save coming for Josh Cohen tonight. A header. As Nuhu got a pretty good cross in. Campos Chavez not able to get it past Cohen. And a foul. I'm saying a handball. Thomas Nutter pointing to that forearm area. That has been about it for Seattle. They have not been able to do much. And give credit to Elliot Horde on this right side. He's been able to neutralize Nuhu here. Nuhu had a couple of pretty good looks that first 5 minutes, and it's changed the dynamic. Hayden Partain looking to get it back. Cohen. But how about the youngster Campos Chavez, signed on a USL contract on April 10th of this year. He's been one of the better scorers of the academy program. He's been active tonight, fresh young legs.
Showed some flashes. I mean, a couple of nice little plays on the ball, connected well, gets himself on the end of a cross, puts it on target, gets probably unlucky, goes right at Josh Cohen. Kid born in the Central Valley. I think it's just another example of born in Fresno, played in Merced, I believe.
Yeah, he's one of the top, and I think he's one of those young players that was found, and it was like, this is not a place you typically would find some great talent, I guess, Merced, and he's been a huge spot for them.
Yeah, this is, I think, just goes to show once again another example of Central Valley is just absolutely ripe with talented young players.
So, Kevin, I mean, we haven't talked much about it this season. It's find out what happens, but MLS should happen here for Sacramento. These are the type of areas that this Republic team needs to be plucking from.
Oh, and they will, and they already have their fingers. They have their academy going right now. They already have their fingers, and the relationships being formed and built with clubs. And, you know, once this system comes into place, I think it's, I mean, like I said again, the amount of talented players from the Central Valley that are playing in all other areas and other cities and other teams. It'd be wonderful one day to have them all together under one.
Chance for Estrada. Estrada lays it forward, cutting it through. Elliot Horde, and just saved what could potentially have been the game-tying goal. We had a clean look on Josh Cohen. Meanwhile, an offside call on Shannon Gomez.
It's a bad call. You see Simon over, he's asking the guys down there, like, was he off? Because he doesn't believe it. It looked like he timed that run perfectly.
Meanwhile, Campos Chavez is not called offside.
Looks like Elliot maybe might have held him on. Nervous moments, and here we go. We talked about this the last 5 minutes, Rob. Sacramento's got to be able to, you know, put these halves to bed.
Especially a team like Seattle, who only has 5 victories on the year, 20 points on the season.
Almost got him behind again.
Quiet tonight is Marlon Vargas, another California kid. They like him as well. He's very creative on the ball, 2 assists. Another teenager getting minutes. A little sloppy play here from the Republic. Need to clean it up. Do a little better job of possessing. Hayden Partain. Too many jerseys in the area. The space collapsing on him. He's going to have to find some relief. Here's the turnovers. Estrada. Shane Forrest Estrada, who spent some time with Sacramento a couple of years ago. He was brought back to Seattle, and this is a place where he started his career. Spent 4 years from 2010 to 2014. Was brought back primarily as not only a player on the S2 side, but a guy that could be a coach to these youngsters. Help them out, help them learn the ropes. Little misplay, Marlon Vargas.
Seattle looks pretty good here the last few minutes. You see Emma right now. Emma's telling everyone, slow down, calm down a bit. Let's take the speed, take the pace out of this game, and get out of the half.
Tower Bridge Battalion loud as ever. Great showing here tonight at Papa Murphy's Park. Battle for it. Iwasa pushing Buana a bit off, and the whistle blowing from Thomas Snyder.
It's a great little effort there from Cam Iwasa, using his strength and then also the ability to slide Bijev with a nice little weighted ball. Unlucky.
Snyder saying, let's go. Tough ball, 50-50, nearly won by Seattle. Sacramento retaining. Gomez into the corner. Good run, Wilson Nisha. Nisha has an opportunity trying to look back. It was Bijev who was there. Cutting in front was Alfaro.
A decent look. You saw Bijev definitely calling for that ball. It's a good defensive play by Seattle.
3 extra minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today, Rayleighs.com. Nuhu has had a couple of good crosses from this left side here. I've been one of the lone bright spots for the Seattle side in the first 45 minutes or so. Buana. Warren Kenyon signed as a homegrown player. Estrada. Vargas. Here's Isley, went up, elbow extended, and the whistle will blow.
I think as soon as that elbow comes off of his side, Isley, at least it's going to get called.
Seattle, a little bit of room. Going to give it a strike. Nearly deflected by Estrada. Cohen goes to ground. And those are the type of plays, those set pieces that just make you too nervous.
Absolutely. It's 1 goal difference. All it takes is one little, mistake, one little shot pulled across the face. Not the best strike, but still you got Estrada crashing. Estrada gets a little toe on it. It's back of the net. All your hard work. Down the tube.
Going to go over the top. Elliott Horde trying to do the same. Looking for Isley. Isley off his chest. Battling with Alfaro. Alfaro still fighting as Isley. Alfaro stays up. Now Alfaro moving forward. The center back looking to make a run here. Someone needs to mark him as he's looking to peel off. Ball sent in. Slight deflection. Picked up by Josh Cullen. Don't know if it had a chance either way.
It's like David Olson, that little backdoor run coming across the face.
Stay tuned. Coming up at the break, 5 years of glory continues as we look back at the miracle at Bonnie. 5 years ago, mid-September. Hard to believe that it started raining. The Republic down 2-0. And of course, you know the rest of the story. Hear from those who were involved. It's coming up at the break. There's the whistle from Thomas Snyder. 48 minutes gone by in the first. Sacramento able to get a score. Cameron Iwasa, number 13, the assist from Vian Bijev. The Republic looking to pick up their 14th win on the season. They'll have to continue this type of play in the second half. But first, much to see and hear coming up at the break. Don't go away.
Everyone knows there's a science to listening to someone who can't even speak. Yet, at UC Davis Health, we understand this. That's why we make it a point to look closer.
Hey, little guy.
To find out more. We want to partner with you in your care. Learn more at choosehealth.ucdavis.edu.
Hey, it's Vince Bloom inviting you to the block party at the Lasher Used Car Supercenter. It's the Auto Mall inside the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Starting at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge and going all the way around the block to Lasher's Oak Grove Volkswagen, we've got over 250 vehicles on the chopping block. Come on, block off some time and go to LasherAuto.com and search for cars as low as $77.77. The right car, right now. And save during the block party at the Lasher's Used Car Supercenter. Over 3,000 new and used cars are available at LasherAuto.com. The Used Car Auto Mall inside the Elk Grove Auto Mall.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bacon XL NY pizza, topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
With Toyota Care no-cost maintenance and the most advanced standard safety features in its class, RAV4 is a safe and reliable way to get from A to B. Good thing, because in California, there's a whole lot to see. Wouldn't it be nice if the scenic route came with peace of mind? Right now, you can get $2,000 cash back on RAV4 or choose 0% APR for 60 months on RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota, let's go places.
And it'll be a night that very few will ever forget. Now deemed the miracle at Bonnie. It was mid-September 2014, and what a night it was.
How fortuitous was this? Big playoff match, Sacramento, Los Angeles. And there was a sense that LA's typically gotten the best of Sacramento because of the other sports. This is different. This is soccer. This is not going to be the same old story.
Los Angeles just always seems like they're destined to win. Our experience just in Sacramento is they'd always been our nemesis.
Los Angeles and Sacramento clearly don't like each other. They didn't think it was that meaningful of a game. We viewed it as the most important match to take place in Sacramento yet. And to them, it was a warm-up for the next round. And so that set the tone.
The semifinal match, and we're about to get underway. The Galaxy 2.
The game gets going, and the Republic are not there. They weren't together. They weren't connecting well, fault after fault. And then goal,
LA Galaxy,
goal,
again.
And it's down 2-0.
The first 45 minutes is in the books, and it's been all Los Angeles.
Halftime happens, and everything looked bleak.
It looked like it was going to be one of those nights where we felt the sting of our relationship with Los Angeles.
You know what? Hey, for the first season, it was a hell of a run. Hold your heads high. All dreams need to come to an end at some point. And then around the 65th minute, it started to drizzle.
It was this moment from up above or something that said, not quite yet, LA.
There are those times where you can feel something in the air. And it's almost as if the rain was kind of washing away the doubt.
And it's starting to rain at the opportune time here, Kevin. Here's Merkovich, now to the penalty area. He's taken down the box. We're going to have a penalty kick. And here's Lopez. Goal, Sacramento!
What a penalty. What a penalty.
Everything had changed at that moment.
It got a little bit louder, and people were back on their feet again.
Not too much later, Republic get a handball call in the box.
Here's Clementa. Is it off a hand? And it's in the box. That will be a penalty kick for the Republic. Rodrigo Lopez. Rodrigo Lopez! We are tied!
Now you can't even hear yourself think And at that moment, you knew you were witnessing something that had never been done in Sacramento sports history.
We're in stoppage time here. Rodrigo Lopez goes down, and a set piece coming just outside the box.
We talked about
Rodrigo Lopez sets up the free kick, and I'm almost shaking in that moment.
In motion, here's Roro.
I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've never heard a crowd do that in my entire life.
It was just complete chaos. People were just tackling each other and throwing beer and throwing water.
And that is it! Sacramento is going to the championship!
What a night. That moment was such a special gift to Sacramento, for lack of a better word, that we all now have that to remember.
It was deemed a miracle at Bonnie that night, and for the fans to actually call it such was pretty cool. I really believe in my heart of hearts that it was a miracle.
There's no way you're down 2-0 and a goal in the 68th, 85th, and 90th minute against a team like LA for a club in their first season. Like that shouldn't happen. There's no way that should happen, and it did. Here in Sacramento.
See it here as maybe another potential chance for the Rangers. Long range shot, incredible save. Ball knocked over the top. What a touch! Guzman! Put a delivery. Header, tipped over the bar. What a save.
It's Kuzane. Oh! Sensational!
Handball. Jay Bolt saved by Ranjitsingh. Lance Lang!
And it's saved by Crepeau.
Are you kidding me? Antoine Opino! Tina kick save by Spencer Richards. Tina, a left-footed shot. Oh, wonder goal from Jesse Daly.
Headed towards Vega. Did he hold it out? Somehow, Daniel Vega holds it out.
Dennis can hit from this range. Aaron Dennis. Cross header towards the goal. It's Dejas punches it over the top to save the lead. Fernando Adi over to his left foot. Fernando Adi, his first goal in Cincinnati. Chambers, he's gonna hit it. And Pizer tips it over the bar. The outswinger and volleyed in for a goal.
The defense, Lasser 1v1 versus Puadi, who makes a beautiful save.
Enriquez on his right. Skundrits, what a save from Pizer.
Los Angeles just always seems like
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Tower Bridge Battalion and Company taking a break. They got their club up by a goal 1-0 here. Let's take a look at our news and notes around the USL. And it's been quite a busy week in and around Division 3. The interesting news here is Orlando City actually going to be moving down to Division 3 as part of the reorganization of the USL and all the hierarchy that happens in and around United States soccer.
Yeah, interesting. Still Wild Wild West. People are figuring it out, and a lot of news, a lot of action this year as well in the USL.
So it's been a fun one. We saw the feature there, Miracle at Bonnie. Saw the highlights around the USL. It's an exciting time to be a part of this league. Sacramento looking to see if they can hold on and pick up another 3 points. They're in the top 4 in the West right now. They'll need to beat teams like this if they want to stay and host a home playoff match in the playoffs. We'll take a break, come back with your highlights and more coming up.
Vince Bloom inviting you to the block party at the Lasher Used Car Super Center. It's the Auto Mall inside the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Starting at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge and going all the way around the block to Lasher's Oak Grove Volkswagen, we've got over 250 vehicles on the chopping block. Come on, block off some time and go to LasherAuto.com and search for cars as low as $77.77. The right car, right now. And save during the block party at the Lasher's Used Car Super Center. Over 3,000 new and used cars are available at LasherAuto.com. The Used Car Auto Mall inside the Elk Grove Auto Mall.
The difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
With Toyota Care no-cost maintenance and the most advanced standard safety features in its class, RAV4 is a safe and reliable way to get from A to B. Good thing, because in California, there's a whole lot to see. Wouldn't it be nice if the scenic route came with peace of mind? Right now, you can get $2,000 cash back on RAV4 or choose 0% APR for 60 months on RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota, let's go places.
Every day, there are millions of stories, but the most important are the stories that impact you. Whether it's keeping your family safe,
these are the areas under a high alert because we're
understanding changes to your world,
and it could end up costing taxpayers more money, thousands,
or figuring out what the future holds.
It just may be bringing new jobs to Sacramento.
At 10 o'clock, we take more time to focus on the details that impact you most. KCRA 3 News at 10 on My 58, where the news comes first.
Welcome back at the break. Republic lead 1-0 over the Seattle Sounders 2 here at Papa Murphy's Park. Let's get to our highlights. And that is brought to you by, I believe, NorCal Honda. NorCal Honda bringing you these first half highlights. Kevin, let's take a look. It all started. Hayden Partain.
Don't mind this decision whatsoever by Hayden. I like that early first touch. You got I'm off it over. They're kind of complaining, but still, I think you got the ability to maybe catch Kaya Brown off his line. Good effort. And then obviously a great chance here, served in the box, and wonderful little try to redirect it, Alfonso Campo Chavez, but a good ball in the box from Nuhu, and good effort, good defensive effort too by Shannon Gomez.
And then here was number 13 on the season for Cameron Iwasa, a great step up, and it'd be Vajev who would get the assist, and just another beauty from Cameron Iwasa. It almost seems sometimes he makes the difficult look a bit easy, and that's exactly the case right here. A wonderful goal.
Great finish, great up front studs, defensive work by Sacramento, and good way to kind of come out into the second half knowing you got a 1-goal lead now. Checking out these stats. Still, I think possession is relatively right down the middle. Obviously one of those things we don't typically look at, but still I think Sacramento definitely had the majority of the play in this first half, and hopefully can come out in the second half aggressively.
Halftime stats brought to you by Lasher's Elk Grove Subaru. And let's take a look down on the field here. Rodrigo Lopez as he holds up his jersey, the number 8, and arguably the greatest player in Sacramento Republic history. Of course, the Miracle of Bonnie, one of his biggest matches. We talked about in the pregame, Kevin, and the goal that you called halfway through, 63 yards out, I believe it was, against Vancouver, 2015, and gets the goalkeeper sleeping, scores a goal that went viral across the world. And we're talking about all the great moments with this young man, number 8.
Yeah, one of the, probably the most legendary player that played in Sacramento and put on the shirt. Great to have him back right now. And I tell you what, to have the ability to come back into a city, 3 or 4 years later and still be welcomed with open arms as it is now is pretty special for any player. So kudos to Rodrigo. Great to have him a part of the club when he was here, and we miss him.
Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of fans were hoping he'd put on the jersey here tonight. Not going to happen, but he said, you know what, we never know what's going to happen. He would love to come back and play here. He said it was the best 2 years of his entire professional career. Kevin, there's only 6 left after tonight. Hard to believe it is this fast of the season has it gone by, but coming up, another break, so no games next Saturday, but then it starts to get a little busy. You take on the Oklahoma Swing at Tulsa, at OKC, and you come home for a couple, and then you end the season right here at Bob Murphy's Park as well. So big matches, you've got to pick up 3 points as many times as possible if you want to host a game.
Yeah, I think it's all about momentum too, coming into that the playoff situation. Hopefully get yourself a home game and you're firing on all cylinders and playing well. And so, I mean, at this point, I think on that schedule too, there's teams that are definitely gettable, and you got to imagine that if you're going to do anything in the playoffs, you're going to do some stuff in these remaining games. So,
but you know, LA on that schedule as well. Big win here for that young team, 4-1, and making that win, and they have a chance to get some revenge down in LA. So a couple of changes here coming for Seattle. And we'll get them here in just a moment for you as the second half gets underway. Tyler Brown in goal, 1-0 for Sacramento. To take the lead, it was Cameron Owasso with the goal. At the 20th minute, an assist by Vian Bajev, his 4th, Owasso's 13th. Sacramento now heading to the north end of the field. Toward the Tower Bridge Battalion. This is the direction they typically like to end games, right in front of that boisterous crowd.
Yeah, you get the breeze kind of pulling up again as well, Rob, which is going to benefit Sacramento, make it more difficult for Seattle to try to break Sacramento down.
Tanner will send it backward. So into the match now. Enrique Montagna, Jalen Markey, and Azriel Gonzalez, all youngsters.
Very interesting tactical move, Rob. In all of my time, I don't think I've ever seen 3 changes to start the second half and leave yourself exposed. You know, if someone goes down with an injury, you got no contingency plan. And tactically, if things start to fall apart too, you have no contingency plan beyond shifting your lineup around.
Well, especially, you know, John Hutchinson making these moves is 2 of them are in the back with Jalen Markey and Enrique Montagna that come in for Rodrigue Ele and Jordan McCrary along that right side, and Henwal Bawana comes out, and he's replaced by Azriel Gonzalez, the youngster out of Las Vegas, who has a goal and 2 assists on the year. But yeah, rare move, especially with opportunity for an injury here. But we know the mission here for Seattle is not about getting wins, it's about developing these young players. And here again are 2 young academy players getting some minutes.
Yeah, and you might even think too, it's got something to do with maybe the first team in terms of a lineup or support that they're going to need in the coming weeks as MLS is coming for their playoff push as well. And Seattle's been on an absolute tear. I think they maybe won 8 straight. I don't know what they did this weekend, but they were on an absolute tear. So interesting decision nonetheless. It's a very bold move by John Hutchinson, and one that's unique, to say the least.
Speaking of Seattle on that first team, what do you think about Clint Dempsey retiring?
Clint, I think Clint's one of the guys that did as much for the game as anybody. Arguably, I think, in my opinion, not the best player to ever put on the U.S. shirt. My opinion, it's Landon, but that's a hotly debated topic. But in terms of like grabbing the average fan and bringing more people to the game, I think Clint's flair and his ability to do the dramatic was what drove a lot of casual fans over the hump to be a real soccer fan, simply because of the things that Clint did with the ball. So sad to see him go. He had a wonderful career and did a lot for the game, and hopefully he can continue to give back to the game in some capacity.
He was a stellar U.S. men's national team player, no doubt about that. Not the way, of course, he wanted to go out and end his career.
Well, even what he did overseas in Europe, I think it just puts put American players a little bit, or gave more credibility to American players. Typically, I think our reputation is a good chance here for Sacramento.
Ball driven well. Chance for Bajev on that backside. Comes to Estrada.
But typically, I think the American MO, hardworking, got stuck in, wasn't the most technical player, and Clint kind of flipped that on its head a little bit. Clint wasn't the most hardworking, hard tackle.
Hard challenge from Iwasa. No foul.
Clinton wasn't known as a hard worker. I'm not saying Clinton wasn't a hard worker, but he wasn't known as that. But what he could do is he could do great things on the ball.
Mitchell Tainter, and he's over the top, and both players going in tough. And now Snyder, referee, coming over to take a look as well.
He's holding that foot. Hard tackle right there. Cam, surprised that's not called the foul. So Estrada's going down. Oh, looks like Mitchell just gives him a little push, going down really easy and yelling at him.
Is that a Capo Chavez?
Either way, he's going down pretty softly.
He's holding that right ankle. And Thomas Snyder has a conversation, and David Estrada also having a few words with Mitchell Tainter.
Got to be careful not to taunting sort of penalty. Earn yourself a caution, especially with 45 minutes to go in the second half. Don't want to pick up anything silly.
And the way that you've dominated this game, per se, only up a goal, but you have outplayed Seattle. You don't want to give them any bit of luck. That ball just skirts through a bit softly, but somehow able. Here comes Gomez making an underlap. Bajev, here's what he does best. A little one-step, two-step, gonna go for goal. Callie Brown with a stop.
That's why he's in that position. Once again, inverted winger coming in off the left side to get on his right foot. It's a perfect example. I tell you what, anytime Bajev gets a ball in that situation and he's going 1v1, I'm on my feet watching because I know he's deadly and dangerous doing it. Just doesn't get all of that shot, but still good effort there by Bajev.
Olsen moving forward. Vargas to his right is Montagna. Ball driven. Chance for Seattle. Just sailed it a bit high, crashing Alfonso Campo Chavez. Talked a little bit about the formation change for Sacramento, that three in the back now. And it's interesting, this time of season, you see a lot of teams do this at MLS level as well, where coaches decide, let's try to change up the formation. Teams starting to pick up maybe a little bit what you're doing and give them another option, maybe heading into playoffs. Christian Isley doing a nice job making a run along this left side. Holding up, trying to earn the corner. And he does, so the first of the half. Is that part of tactical lead? Todd Donovan said, it's something that him and Simon had talked a little bit about. They wanted to change things up, but also gives them another look to see what can work or not work.
Yeah, and maybe it gives them time too to break the monotony of that. 2/3 of the season you're playing the same formation, gives you a chance to break things up a little bit, focus on it, and have something to work on daily in practice rather than monotonous. Same drills, same formations. Breaks it up a little bit, creates a little bit fresh mentality. And hopefully you can master it. Not master it, but you can get it down pretty well and hopefully go to the playoffs in that situation.
Partain drills it hard. Callie Brown up to the air with it.
He's serving great balls in the box, and there's just runs are just not happening.
Isley was on the backside, slipping and falling. Was Hall coming back quickly. Here comes Seattle. Vargas to the right side, quickly back to the top. Looking for a chance. Gomez now the mark to Vargas.
It's well done by Sacramento, getting our guys back behind the ball.
Lobbing up over the top, trying to keep it on the touchline, and he does. Bajev looking to break. They have some room. Isley to his left. Bajev going to go push down. No whistle. Thomas Snyder, not a fan of blowing his whistle tonight.
Good tackle there.
Nuhu now flying forward, looking to find some space. Backtracking his horde. Nuhu's going to give it a go. Over the top again. A good-looking ball from that left side for Nuhu.
Going back to that Bajev, little break. That's great 1v1 defending there by Jalen Markey. Get a look right here of his footwork. It's this is a tough ball to bring down. Brings it in, maybe out, puts it between. Just don't quit on the ball. Wait till the whistle's blowing, the flag's up. Another great example right there.
Ball out of play from Bajev. It'll be a throw for Seattle. Enrique Montana along that right side with Jalen Markey, the two in the back line. Both the substitutions at the half for John Hutchinson. Look how quick Shannon Gomez is, just in and out. The reason that Simon Elliott has been able to go to that three in the back has been the play of Jeremy Hall. Two-time Team of the Week honoree in week 22 and week 24. Isley's offside, but Hall has been so crucial again, and yet this season, we've seen a couple of penalty kick goals for Jeremy Hall, 2 assists on the year as well, but his steady play, making the right moves, and especially now Adam Moffett is not coming back this season after going off on a stretcher earlier tonight with an apparent knee injury. You hope it's not the case. It's going to be even more crucial that Jeremy Hall is able to play that position and play it well.
Yeah, I think really also his leadership too out there during games and in practice and trainings during the week. I think it's something that we don't see every day, but from what we know about Jeremy, class act, and a guy that kind of really can bring this team together.
Partain trying to slide it through. Partain gets it back from Tony Alfaro. So if you miss it, Adam Moffett went in for a 50-50 ball, tumbled up over the top, and immediately knew something was not right. They took him off the field in the stretch. They're putting a brace on it. They're going to take some pictures and see what's going on with it. We'll hopefully have a better idea here. Nifty move from Bajev. Bajev with a left-footed strike. Tapped and slapped away from Callie Brown. But Bajev, again on this left side, having his way with the youngsters.
That was pretty slick. That's Bajev, like I said, at his finest. When he's on that left side coming in, this touch right here is absolutely exquisite. Finds the wickets. He's got no one really crashing that far post. Tight angle. It's a wonderful touch right there. Great look at it. Just mishits it a little bit. Like to see Wilson Nishok maybe be closer to that far post if you're being really particular about things, but wonderful piece of skill nonetheless.
Probably trying
Bajev.
Trying to pin Seattle back here. He's going to head this thing around. A little pepper drill. Look at Mitchell Tainer moving forward. Sacramento, Horde. Good ball. Looking to find Iwasa. Just to it was Jalen Markey. Tainer. Gomez. Bajev onside. Getting past Montana. Bajev gave her the left side to tap, and it's in! Christian Isley. It's 2-0 Sacramento.
I tell you what, it was coming. Vian Bajev just been knocking on the door on this left side after the third chance here in the second half. Get a great look, a great first touch, a ball over the top. He's able to get in behind. Enrique Montana has got no chance when Bajev's going to goal, and a good ball across the face of the goal. No one's tracking Christian Isley, and he's got a simple tap in to put Sacramento up in this situation. But look at this great first touch. Puts himself in a great position. He's able to cut off that angle between Montana and a good ball across the face and a simple tap in.
Great run. Again, Christian Isley, you talked about making the right run. Timed it perfectly, just in no man's land. He's able to place it in. 4th on the year for Christian Isley, the 25-year-old from Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, all credit right there. That goal comes from Vian Bajev. But I also like the ability to, the connection that we've had between Bejev and Christian Isley making that right run.
Isley into the game because Adam Moffett came out from an apparent knee injury.
Great
Makes
timing.
good.
Great timing too in this match, I think. 60th minute where you got a team coming out with a pretty much a line change.
Not done yet. Looking for Bejev. Bejev still there. Little miscommunication by Seattle.
You got a team coming out with 3 new players coming in. I'm sure they've got a bit of energy and excitement, feeling let's get out here, let's right this ship. We battle for 20 minutes and then concede a goal. So, I mean, in momentum-wise, I mean, that's a tough goal to concede if you're Seattle.
Gomez, or excuse me, it's Nisha to the right side. Hall. Isley, and it's interesting, Kevin, it was a few weeks ago that you made the comment about Christian Isley, who's when Republic played here about a month ago. And you made the point when Fresno was here that this was Christian Isley's time. He was in the lineup, getting the start. He said, this is his moment of the season. It might be his biggest moment to secure a spot. This is one of those moments is that you're able to get a goal and make your name known and let Simon Elliott and company remember you that, hey, this is a guy that needs to be in the game.
Yeah, if there's ever a thought, you know, in the next month or so of if it's on the fence of the decision who's going to be playing or who's going to be coming off the bench first, you want that memory, that goal to be a memory that Simon Elliott has and that's close to be you know, drawn up, that he can say, well, yeah, I mean, we can trust that guy. We can get him in, he can get a goal and be effective.
Christian Isley is 4th on the year, came in the 58th minute, put the Republic up 2-0. Beyond Bejev, 2 assists on the season. He now leads the Republic with 5. Hall moving forward, splitting the defense there. To the right side, it's Horde. Back to Hall, just inside the 18. Trying to find a teammate. Here's Nisha. Cleaning it up is Awasa. It just missed wide. Awasa, the big opportunity to get number 14, and he knows he missed it. He is able to score the hard ones sometimes at the easy ones.
That's the
they
right.
Can be so frustrating.
That's the right technique. A bit lucky right here for this ball to deflect right into Wilson Nisha. I love Wilson Nisha. Great way to lay it back to Cam Awasa. Cam, right decision. Just try to pass it in the side of the net. And that aim lets him down. I think everything else about it's the right decision. The technique looks nice. Just looks like he opens his hip maybe just a hair too much. That would have been an absolute dagger.
And give him credit, he didn't try to strike it too hard. It was the right move and just missed. Back in here, time for Republic. Bejev, Vargas gets to it.
Great work here by Sacramento too, keeping him pinned in. Not letting Seattle relieve pressure. But I go back to Cam's shot there. I mean, that's like you said, that's the right decision. It's not a big swing. It's just a simple pass. You saw Kyle Brown cheating over to his right. Had no chance if that ball's on target to make any sort of save.
Seattle will give up goals. It was just on Tuesday against Tulsa, one of the worst scoring teams in the league. Isley's onside, moving forward, has an opportunity, brought down to the box. And here is a penalty kick coming for Sacramento.
And that's just poor by Seattle, start to finish. You see a yellow card being given to Tony Alfaro. He's sent off. That's his second.
So second yellow card for Tony Alfaro. His first was in the 30th. His second comes in the 63rd.
But that, Rob, that ball comes off of a clearance by Cohen, which sets up Isley perfectly, which is just absolutely poor defending, poor organization by Seattle's back four. And leads that one-on-one situation, and Alfaro's got nothing he can do here but take Christian Isley down.
Isley with a beautiful first touch to keep it under control, and just was going to go for that left foot, and Alfaro swept underneath him, and that is a second. Now the Seattle down to 10 men, and here's a chance for Sacramento to make it 3, and it's Christian Isley. Isley, second goal of the night, and it's 3-0 Sacramento.
Well done by Isley. Just put got your laces behind the back of the ball. No doubt. And a well-taken penalty. We've seen Sacramento miss a couple penalties this year. It's been interesting seeing Christian Isley being the one to step up and take this penalty. He did earn it. But you guys the likes of Jeremy Hall, Vian Bijev, Wilson Nisha. But I tell you what, steps up. This is your penalty taker from here on out. Until he misses.
It's been Jeremy Hall who's taken most of them this year. And how about that? The left-footed striker. 3-0 Pascal Brown. 4 goals allowed against Tulsa. We were trying to say on Tuesday for the Seattle side, they'll give up goals. Here we're seeing for Sacramento. They have not had many games. They've scored 3 goals this season. Ken, we talked about the lack of goal scoring here. You've got to be feeling pretty good if you're Simon Elliott.
Yeah, I got to be feeling good. I think it's a pretty young back four for Seattle where they're going to be opportunities and options to score goals. I think it's a great example. It came off of Josh Cohen, a clearance. And I don't believe Seattle's back four is anticipating that happening. You know, they're probably taking a lot of chances and guessing. And you start to do that, you're going to concede goals at a pretty poor rate through the rest of the season. So great goal for Sacramento to get, though, at this point, too. Really put this game out of reach, hopefully.
First one came in the 20th minute. It was Cameron Watson, assist by Vian Bijev. And the second, Bijev again finding Christian Isley in the 6th, made it 2-0. And the penalty drawn, Tony Alfaro sent off. Seattle now down to 10 men. Christian Isley in the 64th makes it 3-0 on the penalty kick. Just the 3rd time this season, Sacramento has scored at least 3 goals in a match. And initially, I was talking to Todd Donovan before the match. Just said, you know, is there some frustration with this goal score? And he said, there absolutely is. We need to get more of these 3 or 4 goal scored games. Well, I guess, Todd, you got one. Next home match is actually September 29th against Portland. Nuhu able to get there. Kevin and I will not be broadcasting the game against Tulsa, but we'll be back on that Sunday at 4 o'clock on the 23rd as Republic take on Oklahoma City in Oklahoma. Up 3-0, 67th minute here. Kevin, what would you like to see from Sacramento?
Move the ball quickly. I mean, it's easy to start to dwell on things. You're feeling good about where you are in this game. As soon as you stop moving the ball, things get so much easier for Seattle. And you got to think about what you're going to do next week. You start to build off of a good performance and finish strong. So I think if Sacramento continues just to move the ball quickly here in the second half, I think good things will happen tonight. And also good habits are probably going to get formed moving into next week.
Isley goes down again.
That's also kind of the concern, I would say, too, in a night like tonight when you're up 3 goals and you got 20 minutes to go. It's easy to start to fall into bad habits and take chances and take risks. So let's see how disciplined Sacramento can be. Great turn.
Bijev, a little too tough.
God, he's got to know. You've got to know, Wilson. That ball zipped at your knee from 10 yards away. It means there's probably someone behind you.
Staying on his feet, Seattle moving forward. Going to cut back in, Hayden Partain able to get there. Iwasa goes down. None too pleased.
But yeah, to answer your question, Rob, you got to continue with good habits for 20 minutes.
Softly back to Bijev. Well, season ticket members, renew your 2019 Republic membership now and earn exclusive benefits and much, much more. Get 10% off your 2018 playoff tickets as well if you renew by tonight. Again, that deadline is tonight. SacRepublicFC.com/renew. Whether you're watching on ESPN Plus or My 58 here locally in Sacramento, appreciate you tuning in tonight. As always, I'm Rob McAllister, and with me is Kevin Goldthwait. It's been a fun season so far for this team, and watching Simon Elliott and Todd Donovan put the squad together and see how they've been able to perform. A lot of question marks heading into this 2018 season, year number 5, and this team is starting to look pretty good. Here's Vian Bajev. He's looked fantastic tonight along that left side. David Olson, very good young player. He's looked pretty good as well this evening. Quite incredible, Kevin. I know there's a different mindset potentially here with Seattle and the way they're playing these USL matches. Is Sacramento looking to get something going here? But 8-1-1 against any team is quite impressive, as this team looks to potentially pick up win number 9 as Nuhu is now down. What is the key to success against any team and having that sort of, I guess, dominance over somebody? Going 8-1-1, I mean, it could be 9-1-1 after tonight. Is there a magic formula, or is it just happenstance?
Maybe sometimes teams are just better than other teams, and I think Seattle is still trying to figure out what they're doing with this S2. To be honest with you, they just moved him down to Tacoma. You had Ezra Hendrickson in charge for a long time, and I really don't know how motivated Ezra was to get things up and running and be better. So you got a new coach in here. I think, like I said, they're really probably just still trying to figure out. So he just takes off the side of the head. Nuhu does. Hopefully he's all right. I mean, ultimately, I think Sacramento's been better. And end of story. And I think every time that they have matched up, Sacramento's been able to find a way to get results. I think a good example is when they played up at Tacoma earlier this season.
Bajev scoring that goal. And Tyler Blackwood, remember, scoring in the final moments up there?
Yeah.
Last year.
And then a great goal in that game in Tacoma as well, with Mitchell Tainer taking that ball. I mean, that's not, you're typically been able to find ways to get results.
Nuhu back on the field. Horde, he's had plenty of room tonight. Hoping to make a run here as Bajev. Bajev gets it popped up for a moment against Vargas.
You see Bajev. Bajev's enjoying himself tonight. It's always fun to watch players when they get in this zone. I think Bajev's in here the next 20 minutes. Keep an eye on him. It's a poor turnover by Partain.
Moving forward, Vargas, 17-year-old. Partain looking to get it back. Finding the captain, David Estrada.
Tell you what, though, that's pretty aggressive and confidence showing. You got Vargas trying to put it between two guys' legs in the middle of the park, and you're down 3-0. I guess we want players to have some gumption. I guess present with Vargas.
Montana back to Vargas. Burke Gilroy, another youngster from Australia.
You got to think too, though, Rob. I mean, if your goal is to develop players, you're not really concerned about results and points. I think there's got to be a happy balance between those, because it can't be a good, feeling for your players that you're developing to continue to go out week in and week out and get thumped 2-3.
It's that thought of you have to learn how to win.
You got to learn to win, right? And so that's why I think Seattle's still trying to figure out. I think they got the right, setup with it being down Tacoma now. You've got a new, coach coming in with John Hutchinson. So it's just now a matter of figuring out ways to win games and being more competitive, because it can't be a fun feeling if you're a 16, 17, 18-year-old player trying to develop and going out week in and week out and getting thumped, and then being okay with it. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. You got to have players and guys that want to win games and have that drive and desire and not be okay with losing. So interesting to see how these MLS teams, these the T2s, the S2s of the world.
Well, interesting the way that they've brought in players. I mean, Nuhu is a perfect example of Ezra Hendrickson connection to Cameroon and bringing in a couple of guys like that, where Does that pipeline, does it become somewhere now with John Hutchinson from Australia involved?
It's all Garth. It's all Garth Lagerway. It's not John. It wasn't Ezra. Ezra might have helped a little bit with it, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's Garth who's the one who's pulling the strings and bringing in the players whenever there are decisions that are made.
And Garth Lagerway is going to have a lot of decisions to make now, especially with the guys like Clem Dempsey. He's had a lot of injuries. Jordan Morris.
He's got a budget.
Ship has been out.
He's got a budget to work with now, so
Yeah.
he's going to have to make it. They're going to have to make a big move, and Seattle doesn't make small moves, so it'll be interesting to see how they decide to deploy that capital.
Interesting too, you mentioned it before, is here you have John Hutchinson from Australia and you have Simon Elliott from New Zealand. I don't know too many soccer matches in America where you have that combination going head to head.
Absolutely.
Getting ready is Kevin Aliman for Sacramento.
And we're doing too much on the ball over there.
To the left side, Seattle looking to make some noise here, has a chance, goes down. And a whistle blows and a penalty coming. And Emra Clementa now rolling on the ground as well. And so for the second straight game, Emra Clementa has committed a foul in the box and given the opponent a chance for a penalty kick. What's even worse, though, is Emra Clementa holding that right knee.
Yeah, it might be his ankle or his knee. Let's take a look at this. But first of all, let's talk about this giveaway that gets Emra in this position. But this is, I go back to habits, right? You've got a 3-goal lead with 20 minutes to go against a younger side. You got Emra dancing on the ball in that right corner in his own half, gives the ball up, chases back, ends up conceding the penalty. I mean, those are the habits that you want to still continue to play the game that you guys came out to play. And now you give up the penalty, but you potentially got, you know, some sort of calf or Achilles injury, which just looks like that's what John Duncan's working on down there.
Anthony Burke Gilroy.
And to add insult to this, he's got, you know, the yellow card's gonna be shown as you're laying on the ground. But the habits, I mean, it's just got to be a little sharper for Sacramento. I mean, you can't be complacent ever in a match.
Well, Kevin Aliman was set to come into this match, but he may or may not be coming in, or there'll be some changes. Maybe Elliot Horde moves to that back, and Aliman is put into Horde's spot. So here's David Estrada. Josh Cohen looking for the Estrada. Estrada puts it in, saved by Cohen, up over the top. Cohen comes up big and another time here in 2018. Crowd is loving it here at Papa Murphy's Park. Quick corner for Seattle.
It's a great save.
Burke Gilroy goes down. In the box, penalty committed by Emra Clementa. Josh Cohen comes up big and a foul whistled away.
So I know a guy on this pitch right now that Josh Cohen's going to have some free beers from eventually.
And maybe
That's
a nice
come
meal.
From number 21.
Because you're right, even with a 3-0 lead, this becomes a little bit more forgotten probably by the coaching staff too.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a wonderful save there by Josh Cohen, showing his skill again. It looks like Emra's up and he's fine, so that's good news. Good news all around.
Things are going right, they're going right. Let's take another look at that save from Josh Cohen as David Estrada was looking for goal number 11.
You see this, Estrada just puts his laces through the back of it, trying to find, it's not a very good penalty if I'm being really honest, but a good save nonetheless down to the right of Josh Cohen. And frankly, that's probably one of the easier savable penalties, if you will, that you'd see. And what I mean by that, it's probably 3 feet off the ground, not in the corner, and easy for a goalkeeper to get down that far.
So Wilson Nishaw's night is over. Pretty good shift. 75+ minutes in. Kevin Aliman, 1 goal, 1 assist on the year from Costa Rica, coming back from that injury. He's come on primarily as a substitute since coming back full strength.
Yeah, this is where I want your leader, your Jeremy Halls, to step up here and really start to make sure everyone's not taking silly chances and continue to just play this game out.
I don't know how many games we can praise Josh Cohen. I mean, we could do it every night. It might get boring for the audience at home, but he has been spectacular. Looking for his 9th shutout on the year.
Yeah, we talked about it early in this game. It's a great save right there.
Montana working against Gomez here. Middle of the park to Burt Gilroy. Earned the penalty against Wilson, or excuse me, against Emra Clementa, but Estrada could not put it home. Fantastic play all around for Sacramento tonight. 80 minutes in. Josh Cohen has looked good. I thought Hayden Partain has played a very good game as well. Of course, Vian Bajev, Christian Isley, who has 2 goals, Bajev with 2 assists. That left side again. Marcus Horde, Hall coming to help, adding some reinforcements. Seattle continuing to push. Iwas is going to loft it upfield, trying to get past. Down goes, and a flag goes up as Christian Isley and Jalen Markey got tangled up. Now, reminder, Seattle is still playing only with 10 men, which makes that potential penalty even worse had that ball gone in. Cole Seiler getting ready on the side. Likely means that Emra Clementa is going to be coming out of this match, and here he is hobbling a little bit.
It looked like it was a calf or an Achilles that he aggravated somehow after the giveaway just before the penalty.
3rd and final substitution for Sacramento. So Hall will probably move out wide or move in, and then you'll put maybe Elliott Ford back. Just need to see what happens here. Cole Seiler out of South Carolina, started Georgetown. Unbelievable high school player, had 4 high school titles, state titles, I should say. With Vancouver last couple of seasons, and now he's signed with the Republic. Been in and out of the injured reserve list. So he'll move to that center position. Hall will move up into the midfield. And Sacramento might be going to a 4-2-3-1 now, and moving Elliott Horde back. Not quite sure. We'll have to see how this plays out. Meanwhile, Nuhu looking to move forward.
Poor ball. Looks like it's just like for like with Emmer coming in on that right side, or Emmer coming out. Cole going on that right side in the back 3. Mitchell Tainer behind him. Shannon Gomez on the left.
And maybe, no, that looks how Seiler's out to the right. Either way, Republic in pretty good position. Up 3-0. All 3 substitutions for both teams now. As Markey, Montana, and Azriel Gonzalez came in at the break. Seattle playing with 10 men as Tony Alfaro was given his 2nd yellow card of the evening in the 63rd minute.
Bad giveaway right there. So he might have hopped up on him.
Played the Miracle of Bonnie at halftime. It was 5 years ago, which is hard to believe it was that long ago. What are some of your fonder memories from that night? I mean, what an incredible comeback, down 2-0. And I think you remember how bad the Republic were playing that first 45 minutes after an incredible last month or so of the regular season.
Yeah, I think it was, I remember it being a here we go again sort of feeling after you're down 2-0. And then really, I think like at that time there might have been a major drought going on. And then it hadn't rained in a long, all of a sudden, middle of the summer, skies open up.
in September. I mean, that doesn't
it was
happen.
Just one of those games that, honestly, one of the better sporting events I've ever seen, witnessed in my life.
Such a fun evening, and the hat trick by Rodrigo Lopez.
I almost forgot, you know, it's two penalties he scored. I can't, I mean, begin to explain how difficult that is.
And then outside the box,
and then the free kick. How
the free
difficult
kick's
that free kick was. It's an unbelievable effort by Rodrigo.
I think one of the best goals, just technically wise, in Sacramento Republic history. Not only just the magnitude of that night, but, well, I mean, it's an incredible goal. And to beat LA, I mean, it was a fun night here at the park. Here's Seiler. Seiler just 2 years removed from playing in MLS. Olsen. Kevin Aleman now. Azrael Gonzalez a bit active since coming into the match. Again, Seattle playing with just 10 men here. Republic, third time this season, they have put up 3 goals. Collision out in the open field. Hayden Partain down Markey. Colliding here as a ball struck well. Cole Seiler into front of it, and the whistle blows as Hayden Partain is still down on the turf. And they're going to bring out the medical staff. Too many times here tonight for Sacramento. As I don't know if Partain took one to the head there, but Markey is no small man to say the least, and just took in the back of the head there.
I don't know if there's anything going on that's illicit. Just got a big guy going against a little guy. Gravity wins.
Still don't know the health of Adam Moffat, who went out in the first half of play holding a right knee, was stretchered off. We'll take a further look and then follow that up. Emra Clementa hurt his ankle and it was hobbled off, and hopefully just a sprained or twisted ankle that you can get back. You have 10 days before your next match to give him some rest. I think Simon Elliott now, with Hayden Partain slowly coming off, just wants to get out of this thing without any more injuries. Keep John Duncan and the rest of the training staff on the sideline if they can.
A busy night for John Duncan and his staff.
Here's Gomez. Kevin Aleman goes down hard. He'll be okay, pops right back up. Sacramento hold on tonight. They will remain in 4th place, just behind Orange County. Orange County with 51, Phoenix with 53, 56. However, Orange County has played 29 games Portland right behind them. Be a big one coming up here in the end of September between two sides fighting for that playoff home position. And how about San Antonio? All the way out of the playoff picture, they have worked themselves back in. They are sitting in 6th place currently in the Western Conference. Elliott Horde trying to find some space, going to give it a go with the left foot. Nearly snuck it in that back post.
Nearly did. Didn't have as much pace as you typically would see. But definitely looked like Callie Brown was tested. Just kind of an awkward strike there. It's a little chip to the far post. Just misses that post.
Orange County beating OKC tonight 3-2. Orange County's been playing well as of late. Phoenix losing to San Antonio 3-2, so they remain at 53 points at 28 games in hand. And Rio Grande Valley taking down the Real Monarchs. So in the top 4 here, Sacramento has an opportunity to gain some ground. While no, the position won't change, points getting a bit closer. And the Western Conference so dominant again this year in such a tight race among these top 10 teams. Fourth official has indicated 5 minutes of stoppage time. These extra minutes are brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today, Rayleighs.com. Reno right on the bubble right now, Kevin. I mean, you talk about a team that started off slow last year, made an incredible run, got into 2nd place, found this regular season over. This year, they're just barely hanging on between Reno and St. Louis. It could be a toss-up, and even OKC Energy who gets in.
Yeah, that's going to be a real battle. Interesting playoff race going on in the West right now.
Fresno not quite out of it yet either, but 35 points. They've got some work to do if they want to find themselves in the final 8. As we saw last year, just because you have a top 4 seed does not mean you are guaranteed to move on to the next round. Reno and the Real Monarchs both losing in round 1 last year. And of course, the ever dangerous Swope Park Rangers still in the hunt as well. They're 7th right now. But only 14 points separates number 1 and number 8. And a handball given here by Thomas Snyder just outside the penalty arc. This looks like a pretty good chance for Beyond Bajev or Kevin Aliman. So should the Republic win tonight, they would move to 49 points and be 2 back of Orange County, who sits in 3rd place. Looking pretty good to do that here. Who do you like over this ball?
Yeah, Bajev's not letting that ball out of his hands right now. Yeah, Kevin Aliman trying to get his fingers in there. Typically, it's whoever's putting the ball down, in my opinion. I know if I'm striking the ball, I know I want to be the one putting the ball down. Like he's telling Aliman to get out of here. It's the right move. He's only been in the game for 10 or 15 minutes. Let's see what Bajev can do here.
Bajev drills it hard. Deflection off Callie Brown.
My God, what a save. What a save by Brown.
I don't know if he knew much about it.
What a save by Brown, but a little bit of a deflection. Great ball. It's a great distance for Bajev. That far, you can hit it as hard as you can hit it as hard as he did, and still get it down under the wall, or under the crossbar. Excuse me. Takes a little deflection. Make yourself big.
I think it hit him in the bicep. Let's take a look one more time.
Definitely deflection. But good save.
A bicep save. We'll give him that.
Tell you what, though, if I'm Bajev, if Kevin Aliman ever comes to me and asks for the ball again on a set piece, remember what happened last time?
I'm going to show him that clip. Had it gone in, I guess it would have been a little more impressive. But either way, beautiful ball by Beyond Bajev. Here's Aliman. I guess you like to see that little bit of fire even this late in the game when it's 3-0 from two teammates, and you wanting to take the ball, wanting to have that at their feet.
I mean, it's kind of like your strikers just looking for glory in the 93rd minute. They want to get themselves on the score sheet, but still, I mean, anytime you have, I think that's a good kind of, senior guys being fiery and wanting to get on the end of things and want to score some goals. I think is a good problem to have.
Artain keeping it out, run a little trouble, cuts it to his right. Now he's going to send it out to Elliott Horde. Horde will get a good cross in.
Good ball, Elliott. Got guys on the back post, too.
Chance for Isley and Bajev. Isley already with a brace tonight. Score an assist from Bajev, and then scored the penalty kick after he's brought down in the box by Tony Alfaro. Tony Alfaro picking up his second yellow card. It was on his way out, so Seattle left with 10 men the rest of the way. That happened in the 63rd minute. But no goals have been scored since that time by Sacramento. Cameron Iwasa scored the first. Also an assist by Bajev. That came in the first half. And that is it. So Thomas Snyder blows his whistle. The Republic fans here rejoice. And they win 3-0 against the Seattle Sounders. A move to 49 points on the season. 14-7-7. A good one here at Papa Murphy's Park for the home side as they celebrate 5 years of glory. We'll have your full-time highlights, stats, and much, much more coming up. Don't go away.
So from the two trucks over here, I want you to pick a new truck for your mom or dad, knowing that they could possibly pass it down to you one day.
Cool.
But before you decide, you should know that Chevy Silverados are the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickups on the road, which means that Ford F-150s are not. Which truck would you pick?
The Chevy.
The Chevy.
The Chevy.
There you go. Boom.
That was obvious. And plus it looks cooler.
No doubt about it. Now they know what to get me.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bacon XL NY pizza topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
At U.S. Bank, we believe one small change can echo throughout an entire community. That's why we proudly support, invest, and volunteer in communities like yours. Because the changes we make today
Can you hear me?
shape the possibilities of tomorrow. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Hey, it's Vince Bloom inviting you to the block party at the Lasher Used Car Supercenter. It's the Auto Mall inside the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Starting at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge and going all the way around the block to Lasher's Oak Grove Volkswagen, we've got over 250 vehicles on the chopping block. Come on, block off some time and go to LasherAuto.com and search for cars as low as $77.77. The right car, right now. And save during the block party at the Lasher's Used Car Supercenter. Over 3,000 new and used cars are available at LasherAuto.com. The Used Car Auto Mall inside the Elk Grove Auto Mall.
Back here for the post game. Rob McAllister, Kevin Goldthwait, big win for Sacramento, 3-0 over the Seattle Sounders. 2 here tonight. Let's take a look at our full-time highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda. And this was a club that looked sharp from that first whistle for Sacramento. And they came out ready to go, and an opportunity turned into a big goal. Bajev able to capitalize on a mistake. Iwasa made the nice run.
Yeah, great little finish there. Good step by Bajev. Johnny on the spot. On his front steps, Cam Iwasa rewards himself and his team with a quick early goal.
So in the break, it'd be 1-0 Sacramento. Out of that locker room, Vian Bajev continue his run of form that we've seen as of late. Love watching him from the left side. He was able to find Isley streaking. 2-0.
Yeah, and Isley's just sitting there waiting for the ball. And finally, he had some guys connecting. See the look right there, the eye contact, and a simple finish by Christian Isley.
Isley making another good run, a direct ball over the top. Tony Alfaro had nothing else to do but try to get something. He would commit the foul, would send up the penalty kick. It would be the left-footed Isley. 3-0.
Yeah, good finish, good penalty. Hit it with your laces, hit it hard. 3-0.
And
put
then
that game out of reach.
A scary moment for Sacramento as a mistake out in the open field. Clementa needs to come back. Burt Gilroy cuts in. And then it looks like maybe Clementa rolled his ankle. And then Josh Cohen again, a big save. Keeps it 3-0 Sacramento.
Yeah, really good save right here. Gets it out, gets it over the crossbar. Keeps that clean sheet alive for his team and for himself. Great save. Great effort all around by Sacramento tonight.
And that would be it. Final stats brought to you by Sacramento State. 3 goals for the Republic, 11 shots, 7 of them on target. They were aggressive tonight, played as a real unit. I think this is one of the better matches, not only because of the score 3-0, but just technically that we've seen from this side all season long.
Completely agree. I think honestly it's the most dominating performance that we've seen by Sacramento to date.
All right, let's take a look now at our Papa Murphy's Man of the Match. Plenty of candidates here, Kevin, but you went with?
Our wonderful friend Bijan Bijev. Great effort here tonight. Did a fantastic job on that left flank. And like I told you, I mentioned it earlier in the game, whenever he gets the ball on that left side and he's sizing up defenders, he's a guy I stand up for every time he does that. Just is so exciting. He's so dangerous and so consistent on the left side. Gets 2 assists, one of them a bit debatable off the first goal, but still was super dangerous out here on the left side and so much fun to watch, and really was probably a close call between him and Christian Isley.
Take a look at our zoom image of the match, and that was the first goal of the night. Bijev calling for Cameron Iwasa, number 13, who now has the single season record for the Sacramento Republic. Cameron Iwasa breaking his own record, which he had with 12, which 2 seasons ago. Let's take a look. Western Conference standings, good moving up for the Republic. And with the win tonight, updated now, Orange County, the top of the standings. First time all season, Real Monarchs leaves that. So 4th place is where the Republic will find it, but just a few points behind the leaders. They're in the hunt as we make the final wave to the end of the season. Sacramento Republic, they take on now Tulsa coming up in about 10 days from now. So more time off, Kevin. It seems like it'd be a good recipe for success here. So they'll head to Oklahoma on a 2-match swing. They'll take on OKC, which will be the next game on the My 58. Goldie and I will have that for you from OKC on that Sunday at 4 o'clock. And then back home September 29th. I want to thank all of you for tuning in tonight. It was a good one. Sacramento wins 3-0. I want to thank our crew behind the scenes as well. For Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. 5 years of glory, another big victory for this Republic side as they move on. 49 points on the season. The Republic, 3 big goals, big time play from several of their players tonight. We'll see you in about 2 weeks from now, right here on My 58. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you in a few.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.